Exempted supply of services in case of banking and NBFC, banking and non-banking financial companies. What are those exemptions? The list of exemptions are available. Interest on short-term loan and long-term loans, of course, money transaction, not under the GST. Penal interest for delay in repayment of loan, absolutely not under the GST. Discount end on bill discount, nothing but interest part, does not under GST. Sale or purchase of foreign currency between authorized dealers, exempted. When taxable means money exchanger offer the money exchange services to the general public at large only attract the GST. Between two money exchanges, Indian bank money exchanger want to exchange the foreign currency for the want of the uh, another form of foreign currency with Western Union, not attract the GST because these two of them are authorized money exchangers. Further, dealing in sale or purchase of forward contract, dealing in sale or purchase of forward contract. Forward contract means what? The commodity market or put option, call option, advanced concept of securities market. Therefore, transaction of securities does not attract the GST, which is neither good nor services. Interest earned on reverse repo, not only interest and reverse repo exempted from payment of GST, but also interest on repo. Repo, you are aware of that. When the Reserve Bank of India giving the loan to the banks, interest there or the banks has excess surplus money giving the loan to the Reserve Bank of India, reverse repo. Either way, the interest is a money transaction, not under the GST. Important point, business facilitator or a business correspondent to a banking company, business facilitator or a business correspondent to a banking company with respect to account in its rural area branch only exempted, including an intermediary who provide these services to business facilitator or an intermediary who provide these services to business correspondent. Namely, business facilitator outsource the job to other person is intermediary. Also we qualify exemption because the main supply is exempted. Business facilitator or business correspondent provide these services to a banking company which is located in rural area. What type of services? Account opening services, amount deposit services, withdrawal services, like that, to promote the more banking operation purpose. If so, that earning commission by business correspondent or business facilitator exempted, and he appointed any by providing subcontract to others, that intermediate also be exempted if it is supplied to business facilitator which is intent going to supply to a banking company located in the rural area. Further, important point, my dear friends, debit card, credit card, other payment card services where the amount up to rupees 2000 exempted. What do you mean by up to rupees swiping amount is exempted? How to understand this point means, my dear sir, a simple example. One example. You are Mr. Ravi. Let us say you are a holder of SBI debit card. You went to supermarket here. Let us say Mrs. D-Mart. You went there. Here, from this fellow, you purchase goods for rupees 1800 plus GST 100, total 1900. In the given case, what happened? Given the debit card, that means you are instructing your banker, State Bank of India, debit my account 1900, credit to the account of DMart when you swipe the card with the PIN number. In that case, supplier of service is banking company, recipient of service card holder, for which consideration they charge the charges. Let us say rupees 5 they charge it, 5 rupees they charge it for doing so. Who supplier? Banking company, and recipient card holder. This 5 rupees bank charges is a consideration for the bank. This is qualified from exemption in the hands of the banking company, exempt from GST. Sir, it is case 1. Case 1. If you purchase from DMart and swiping, second case, let us say purchase 1800 plus GST, total amount is 2100. That means you are instructing the banker while swiping the card to debit your account and create the DMart account. 2100 is a value more than 2000, which is for which the banker charging the charges. Second case, bank charges, charging, let us say 10 rupees. This 10 rupees is taxable supply. Banker will charge the GST 18% and 10 rupees. The limit is given to swipe the any card, debit card, credit card, or international card payment. Only this exemption. Now, suppose Mr. Ravi paid rupees 500 using internet banking, where SBI wala charging rupees 5. You have been instructed your banker, debit your account 500, credit to the beneficiary account is 500. So banker did for you, where you routed the payment using internet banking. Charges how much? 5 rupees charged by banker. Supplier of service, State Bank of India. Recipient of service remains Mr. Ravi in the given case. Charges how much? 5 rupees. This 5 rupees charges, my dear, absolutely attract the GST. It is a taxable supply. Sir, why sir? Not exceed rupees 2000 rupees. No sir. Understand. Not exceed rupees 2000 only when you make the payment using your card. Your card. It may be debit card, credit card, any other card. If you use the card payment and makes the payment, then only this exemption, where the amount not exceed rupees 2000. If any internet banking, IMPS, or NIFT, SWIFT, like that, other than the card payment, the charges. So what about UPI payment, other than the card payment? What about the Google Pay, Phone Pay, scan UPI, taxable, which is not a card payment. Card payment, using the card, you make the payment, the amount is not exceed ₹2,000, swiping charge, card value, on which charges by the banker exempted. Further, my dear friends, services of banking company supplied to the account holder, namely basic saving bank deposit account under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana PMJDY. For that bank account holders, bank account maintenance charges, annual maintenance charges, checkbook issue charges, all are exempted. If it is account holder open the account, basic saving bank account under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana scheme, account has been opened, any service charges to that account holder, that service charges exempted from the payment of GST. Further, now amendment taken place. All types of services offered by the Reserve Bank of India is now taxable. All type of services imported by Reserve Bank of India is taxable. SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India, which is one of the NBFC, so what? Their services, even though the promotion of share market, awareness of the speculations, for which education providing by the SEBI to investors by conducting the various seminars and all. So what? All type of services state Securities Exchange Board of India is attract now GST. No exemption. Exemption was there, now withdrawn. Likewise, service of the what we can call IRDA also be taxable now, which I refer to the insurance sector services. Further, very important note, International Financial Service Centers, International Financial Service Center, IFSCs. What are they? Dear friends, at present we have in the state of Gujarat, in the name of in the city called Gift City. In the Gift City in the state of Gujarat, which is what we can call like a special economic zone named as Signature building name in the Gift City. Like we have Tidal Park, where for our financial professionals, a special economic zone. If you have license, obtain the license to incorporate unit in the Gift City in the Signature, that building name, there if you got license to have your unit and floating the funds outside India and your earnings in India, for that absolutely exempted from the payment of the GST. Further, my dear friends, referring to you now, the insurance sector exempted supply of services. Business facilitated to the insurance sector, insurance company which is located in the rural area, absolutely qualify from exemption. But the intermediary not given here benefit. Services of life insurance business provided by way of annuity under the National Pension System, NPS, National Pension System, absolutely exempt. Annuity amount, pension paid that for that annuity, yearly payment of premium. Service of life insurance business provided or agreed to provide by the army, Naval Air Force Group furthermore added insurance fund to the members of the Army, Navy. Not only that, namely the Coast Guard. Coast Guard also one way or the other as the army to protect our coastal area from the enemy people, from enemies. That means the persons who may be attack our India. Therefore, not only the Navy, Army, Air Force, but also in the coastal area, throughout the coastal area, right? The from what we can call Gujarat to this side up to the what we can call Kolkata side. So entire Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean, and Bay of Bengal, coastal area, safeguarding by our one way the military only. We call them Coast Guard. For them, life insurance, for which the fund has been provided and contributing the premium, absolutely exempted. Armed police force, of course, the BSF, CRP, this and all we called armed police force, qualify from exemption for their benefit members, the members of the particular armed police force. For them, contribution of premium for a particular life insurance coverage purpose, absolutely exempted. Further, ESI, employees state insurance contribution, qualify exemption. Not only that, the ESI provide the services to their own members, absolutely exempted. EPF, Employee Provident Fund organization, where contribution to that not taxable, employee contribution. Then EPF, organization providing services to their members, also be not attract the GST. Coal Mines Provident Fund, amount contributed to the fund, absolutely not at the GST. And Coal Mine Provident Fund, organization providing to their persons who are the members in the particular fund, providing services, absolutely free from GST. Further, the Coal Mine Provident Fund organization to persons governed under the Coal Mine Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provisions Act also be qualified from exemption. Service by NPS, National Pension System Trust to its members against consideration in the form of admission fees also be exempted. The amount contributed as a premium to NPS exempted. NPS providing services to the members by cutting the contribution of admission fees also be exempted. Further, service provided by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, now exemption withdrawn from 18 July 2022. IRDA services is a regulatory body of the insurance companies, and their services absolutely taxable. All general insurance business covered under the various schemes. What? What is normally qualified exemption, which is the public welfare purpose schemes? Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Yojana. Pradhan Mantri, we have high respect to our Prime Minister of India. So, in the name of Prime Minister of India, a fund is created and premium paid to that fund. You want to tax it? No. So, my point here is logically you get not required by heart. You think, sir, one example I will give. I am residing in a hut. For me, my hut is my palace. I want to safeguard my hut. Therefore, I am making the premium to coverage loss of my particular property, which is hut. Hut is my property. Hut, Kottayam is Puri Good Center, like that. Kottayam means hut, which is my property. Therefore, I am safeguarding it by making the premium. Suppose tomorrow, bad weather or flood, my hut may wash it out. So that time I want new hut. I won't have money. I can get the compensation from insurance company for which I am paying the premium. Hut insurance premium. You want to tax it? So premium for hut insurance not taxable. Fasal Bhima Yojana. I am a farmer. For my crop insurance, you want to tax if I pay the premium for the coverage of the loss of my crop? It is not fair. So logically, if you think by reading itself, you will strike at your level, this is not going to tax. Bangla Sasya Bhima Yojana. Sasya means what we can call it, cultivate. You want to tax it, that premium paid, absolutely not taxable. Likewise, life insurance premium, Jan Shri Bhima Yojana, Aam Aadmi Bhima Yojana, micro insurance having the compensation maximum amount not exceeding 2 lakh rupees. That means 1 rupee premium paying per month, in a year 12 rupees. That premium you want to tax, where the maximum coverage of the compensation is 2 lakh rupees, which is called micro insurance. That premium should not be taxed. But one point important, micro insurance having the maximum amount of cover, how much? 2 lakhs, only exempted. If it is more than 2 lakh rupees, taxable that premium. Varishta Pension Bhima Yojana. What do you mean by Varishta? Senior citizens, super senior citizens. We have high respect on our elders. It is our culture. As Indians, we have high respect. So Varishta, my great grandfather, at the age of 85, even now, he is paying the premium for life insurance. So that premium you want to tax, which is paying under the Varishta Pension Bhima Yojana, absolutely not taxable. Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bhima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandan Yojana. Vaya Vandan means what? Highly elder people respect. These are the, in the name of Pradhan Mantri, absolutely not taxable. Reinsurance premium thereon also in the above category, the main premium is not taxable. Reinsurance premium of that also not taxable. Atal Pension Yojana. You know, our former Prime Minister of India, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, who is also be Bharat Ratna, by giving the greater respect to our former leader, we brought a particular pension fund, Atal Pension Yojana, by giving the respect to that particular Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. Such a premium we are going to pay, you want to tax it. If you tax, what respect you are giving it? Therefore, Government of India said it is not taxable. Further, collection of contribution. Please. Thank you, madam. Let's continue the class, please. Thank you, thank you. Collection of contribution under any pension scheme of the state government, absolutely exempt. State government offering pension schemes, exempted. Service paid to government under any insurance scheme for which total premium is paid by the government. Government itself is creating the fund and government is going to make the premium. You know, the unemployment youth pension, like that, also be exempted. Is what from the desk of the insurance sector. With this, we have covered insurance sector. Now we are going to moving on to agricultural sector. Agriculture is very important. I am going to be considered to cover the agriculture sector now. just having a 2-3 minutes in front of you. Please permit me to have a cup of tea. You ask the doubts if you have any doubts, because madam given the tea now. You are most welcome to ask the doubts. சொல்லுமா, tell me brother. Forward charge. Forward hostel means what? You are using for commercial purposes, na? Using for commercial purposes. Like this I will put it. I am Mr. Rafi individual, own the 10 floors building. The 10 floors building I given to TCS company to use it as their guest house. TCS company is using that property only for residential purposes for their employees. In that case, forward charge. Even if I given this to a trust, the trust using it for hostel purpose, hostel for their employees, I have given to the trust using for their hostel purpose. In that case, what is a commercial nature activity? Forward charge. Forward charge. When it is no residential purpose, I own the property. I own the property of 10 floors building. There are 50 flats are there. I am giving these 50 flats only for residential purposes. I am not running the hostel here. If I run the hostel also, no problem, but I should have been provided on monthly basis, not per day per room basis. If I say per day per room basis, it's a short-term accommodation, though may be used for residential purposes. Forward charge. No sir, all the 50 flats I have with me, I am giving as a service apartment. Service apartment, you are aware of that. Also per day per room basis, taxable. Forward charge. No sir, all the 50 flats I own by me, all the 50 flats are given to 50 different individual families, sir. Only residential purposes, sir. All of them are residential purposes, sir. Then qualify from exemption. Means if I own the property, my property I am giving for hostel purposes to CS students. Per month only I am giving, not per day basis. Per month basis. Per month basis means what? Residential dwelling, not a short-term accommodation. I am running a hostel for residential purposes. Residential dwelling, qualify exemption. If the same property I given to somebody else, somebody are running that for hostel purpose, I have given for commercial activity purpose. My rent attracts GST. Got the clarity? Further ask me.
Sir, for the second point, services of life insurance business provided by way of annuity and the national pension system. Suppose it is not an annuity, it is instead a lump sum payout.
Not lump sum payout. If it's not annuity payment, not covered there. National pension system premium of not annuity nature. If not annuity nature, let us GST. Right? I am here to bring to your notice problem on this. Since you asked the doubt, no, I will be in the problem. You are not first covering here services of life insurance business provided by way of annuity under the national pension system. The premium for national pension system by way of annuity exempted. And one more NPS is here. What is NPS here is given in the serial number 7 here in our material. Services by National Pension System Trust to its members against consideration in the form of administrative fee is exempted. National Pension System collecting the annuity premium exempted. If they are collecting administrative fees from their members, exempted. If it is not annuity, if it is not a administrative fees supplied by NPS trust, attract the GST. Premium attract the GST. How can you say, example, if my beloved friend asking the doubt means what? I will take into greater extent. Example on it, bringing you to notice right now. In the given case, look on the screen, my dear. When the national pension system is this, what is exempted, what is taxable? Two exempted. One is annuity premium paid, exempted. Administration fees paid by member of the national pension system trust member paid to NPS trust, admission fees also exempted. Only administrative fees exempted. This admission fees exempted. Now, example, Kotak Mahindra Pension Fund provided the following services in a financial year. Annual premium of rupees 6,000 collected from each individual in relation to national pension scheme. Number of subscribers 200. Monthly premium collected rupees 8,750 towards general insurance to cover risk. Number of subscribers 500. Applicable rate of GST 18%. Find the GST liability. Tell me. You tell me now. This 6,000 multiplied by 200 is equal to 12 lakhs, sir?
Yes, sir.
This 12 lakhs is what? Annual premium. Means not first one, point number A. Annual premium. Your serial number, point number 2. Very good. So, annual premium. Annual premium means what? Annuity. Annuity. Therefore, it is qualified from
Exemption.
exempt. Coming to monthly premium, which is not a fees, as you understood, no? Here I referred. Administrative fees collected from the members by NPS exempted. Or annuity paid to NPS is exempted. Now, in the given case, it is neither annuity nor the administrative fees. Point number B here. So 8,750 by 500 is equal to how much comes here? Quickly, fast. 8,750 month collected. How much, Amma? Like 40, you are right, 43 lakhs 75,000. Namely, here the IGST is what rate? They said 18%. 18% of this is equal to how much? 7,87,500 is a GST liability. That's all. If you look here, you can come across answer. 7,87,500 is the answer. Where is gone answer? Example only is there. Okay. This is answer. 7,87,500 is the GST liability to pay by Kotak Mahindra for the given financial year in the given case. This and I covered in the workbook. In our workbook now I have inserted more than 400 question answers, problems and solutions, in addition to our MCQs, in addition to our case scenarios. Go ahead. Tell me now. Any doubt? Yes. Thank you. You are welcome, my dear friends. So furthermore, referring here. Now, the agricultural sector. Agricultural sector. By going on updating the informations, every day updations, sir. Except Saturday and Sunday, there's no amendments at that time. Book updation, that to indirect taxes, not that much of easy. My life has laid down for book updation only, teaching only for few hours. That time only I'm enjoying. Teaching now I'm very happy. Book updation, oh, so much of it. See, a small comma is missed out. Somebody now rightly pointed out in the class today, I refer tour and travel operators. I said Kuman Mandal Vikas Nigam Limited or Hajj Committee. Thereafter R is there. That R should not come actually. It is Hajj Committee or Kuman Mandal. R again appeared, which entire meaning is going to be different. My one of students asked the doubt. No, sir, the R is R for any other purpose. Like that I covered and said, actually the R is should not appear in the print. See, O or R, A and D and makes lot of meaningful information. So updation of book not that much of easy. And amendments are there. Yeah, plenty amendments. That is maybe one of the reason I told you, I share with you, CA Institute not upload in the website of the CA question and answers. There was a very book was introduced. Thereafter they removed from the, after 1 or 2 years they removed that. Reason, updations. So much of it. Bit to bit updation. Exemption became now taxable. What happened? It's a relevant problem. I have to revise and have recompute the answer for that, because tax liability will differ. Yes, your faculty, Mr. Muhammad Rafi, with a great interest. It is my job only. It is my cup of tea. I deserve for it. Have been did almost all. That's why students are asking after simply for you payment 675 only small amount. Ettuko. Then ask them book sir. Many of students made the payment. I received the payment first. Book updation, I do over. I have to review it. While reviewing, so many points are coming. I cannot simply send for a press to print and hand over to you. Koncham pottiringa. Kandipa, I am going to be send the workbook. Definitely, it is meant for our May 24. Maybe instead of 1 or 2 days, 3 or 4 days time takes. That's 2 days extra. Entire examination you can rely on it. Anyhow, please come back. Referring here, my dear, agricultural sector services is a really elaborate sector. Many exemptions are provided to our annadatas, namely to farmers. What is exempted now from 18 July 2022 onwards means if you are providing services, storage of cereals and pulses, warehousing of cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables, storage and warehousing of this nature qualify exemption. Cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables, storage, warehousing. What about cashew nuts, roasted, warehoused, taxable? Warehouse charges are taxable. So, like that, only this cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables, warehouse and storage exempted. Further, they said here, processed product such as tea, black tea, green tea, white tea, processed coffee beans, powder, pulses, dehusked or split, jaggery, processed spices, processed dry fruits, and cashew nuts, etc., fall outside the definition of the agri produce. But now it is, therefore, exemption from GST is not available to their loading, packing. Loading and packing of this particular cereals or pulses. Loading and packing not available, exemption not available. See, pulses, storage, warehousing only exempted. Jaggery, warehousing taxable, because what is exempted? Warehousing, storage, cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables only. If jaggery is warehousing charges attract GST. Further, my dear friends, exemption is also not available to their storage, warehousing except cereals and pulses, fruits, vegetables. Further, rice is not an agricultural produce, therefore separately given. Rice is loading, unloading, packing, storage, warehousing of rice, loading, unloading, packing, warehousing, storage of rice exempted. However, commission on sale of rice is a taxable nature, even though the commission on sale of agricultural produce exempted. Commission on sale of agricultural produce exempted. Since the rice is not agricultural produce, commission on sale of rice is taxable. However, loading, unloading, storage, packing, warehousing of rice is exempted. Now, please tell me, my dear friends, transportation of rice in a goods transport agency, transportation of rice, taxable or exempted service? நீங்க சொல்லணும், మీరు చెప్పాలి. Transportation of rice by road in a vehicle, goods transport agency. If it's GTA, also exempted, my dear. I refer no. Transportation of milk, salt, food grains. Food grains includes flour, pulses, and rice. Try to understand. You are a doctor, not an accountant. You are a financial doctor. If I went to a doctor, to MBBS doctor, sir, on my toes, some injury taken place, sir. Blood is coming, please give the treatment, means doctor should not simply apply the band and put the band on the place of knees. We first look at what is the age of the patient, what condition, what type of injury it is, why the blood is coming, and whether the patient has BP, sugar, other things, and what type of medicine should be provided. We should not affect the patient. They should not be uh, uh, what we called it. It should not be what we called a reaction by giving the medicine. So by taking all into account and give the treatment to the toes where the injury taken place. Likewise, you also be look here what type of exemption. Exemption not available here. When just because of exemption not available in one place, do not consider it taxable. In other place is going to be exempted or not. And wherever taxable, do not say liable to pay GST. When I will pay GST? Only when my aggregator exceeded the threshold limit for registration. Though I provide the taxable supply, I am running restaurant services my own. You people coming and eating. My turnover is only 8 lakh rupees in a financially in the previous year. You want me to go and pay the GST because I paid restaurant services? Sorry. So try to understand in a holistic manner. Not you are now learning. You are expertising yourself. Once you got the full-fledged knowledge, look holistic manner. Examiner asking the examination like that only. Combination of the provisions in one problem, 4 marks. So transportation of rice by rail, by vessel, by road, exempted. But be careful, my dear. Transportation of rice by air cargo, taxable. Not only that, even agricultural produce, paddy, transportation by air from Cochin airport to Chennai airport, transportation of agricultural produce, transportation of fruits, transportation of flowers, transportation of vegetables by air not taxable. Nowhere exemption. Try to understand. By road, by rail, by vessel only exempted. Now please come back. Services by way of warehousing of minor forest produce like honey, tamarind, nuts, and so on. Warehousing exempted. Transportation of, I mean to say, the transportation of minor forest produce exempt. Why? Minor forest produce is a form part of agricultural produce. Now further, services supplied by electricity distribution utilities by way of construction, erection, commissioning or installation of infrastructure of for extending electricity distribution network up to the tube well of the farmer or agriculturalist for agricultural purpose use exempt. You see, if you see here, is an agricultural land? Yes, is an agricultural land. There is a tube? Yes, installed in the well to extract the water from the well. Power required, for which power station established by energy department, laying the cable, giving the connection. This and all not distribution electricity, is apart from the distribution electricity is a other charges generally taxable, but it is provided to a farmer for cultivation purpose. What is this installation of the substation? laying the cable and all to extract the water from the well with the help of tube, which is called tube well, qualify exemption. Same has been installed in the factory premises supplied by the electricity department, Tamil Nadu electricity board, taxable. Distribution of electricity is exempted. Further, now fumigation in a warehouse. This is a fumigation, exemption withdrawn. Fumigation of warehouse of agriculture produce, taxable now. Storage and warehousing of cotton in ginned and baled form. Storage warehousing other than pulses, cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables. Anything you have in warehouse, like cashew nuts or the potato chips, for example, or dry fruits, the jaggery, sugar, warehousing, fumigation services is taxable. Laptop in a warehouse, fumigation taxable. Sir, agricultural producer paddy warehoused, warehousing charges exempted because agricultural produce. To that warehouse, fumigation services taxable, even though the warehouse where agricultural produce has been stuffed, fumigation service in that warehouse taxable. Further, agricultural activities means cultivation, harvesting, commission and sale of agricultural produce, all type of testing activities directly related to production of any agricultural produce, supply of farm labor, trimming, sorting, etc., thereby marketable in the primary market, renting of machineries on rental basis for agricultural produce purpose, loading, unloading, packing, storage, warehousing of agricultural produce, agricultural extension services means a scientist giving the advisory services, training services to the farmers in relation to agriculture, thereby the fees paid to the scientist is called as agricultural extension services, also be qualified for exemption. Services by way of agricultural produce marketing committee or board, which is providing services, exempted. Not only that, the farmers providing breeding of fishes service means population growth for others, they carry out, exempted. Rearing of silk, original silk threads extracting by farmers where caterpillars while flying used to reside on mulber leaves and forming the net around it. Then the coils are pulling and pouring the warm water, extracting the threads that carried out by farmer to a corporate company to provide the original silk threads, absolutely exempted. Cultivation of ornamental flowers is called ornamental flowers, exempted. Cultivation of flowers also be exempted. But you tell me, transportation of ornamental flowers in a goods transport agency, in a vehicle supplied by goods transport agency, taxable or exempted? Ornamental flower transportation in a vehicle by a goods transport agency, taxable or exempted? Huh? Agricultural produce includes these items, my dear. Ornamental flowers, also flowers. Flowers are ornamental flowers, which is an agricultural produce. Transportation of agricultural produce by rail, by vessel, by road, in a vehicle, absolutely exempted. Transportation of artificial flowers by road in a vehicle, goods transport agency, taxable or exempted? Taxable, because artificial flower is not a flower. Understand? But ornamental flower is a flower. Horticulture, nothing but vegetables. Service related for forestry services, providing security services to forestry, cleaning forestry, maintaining the forestry. These and all services are agri to produce nature, therefore exempted. Poultry activities. For example, I own the poultry. Now I am a busy person. I have given a lease basis to you. You carried out the poultry. Lease rental I am collecting, which is out of a poultry, which is exempted. Agriculture nature only. Like that. Cleaning of wheat process, exempted. Agriculture produce. Even after cleaning, it remains wheat only. Plantation of rubber, plantation of tea, plantation of coffee, and supplying the farm labors, farm labors by contractors, supplying the farm labors, charging charges for farm cultivation purpose. That contract value fully exempted. Same farm labors, instead of sending for farm purpose, sending to corporate companies, then taxable. Manpower supply services, taxable. Manpower supply services for cultivation as a farm labor, exempted. Further, rice miller extracting the rice by milling the paddy in the rice mill. That process not agricultural produce nor agricultural extension. The job work done by the rice miller for extracting the rice by milling the paddy is taxable. Absolutely liable to pay GST. Further, artificial insemination of livestock other than horses, population growth purpose. Artificial what is called artificial insemination of livestock other than horses, only exempted. Now here, pre-cooling of vegetables, horticulture, ripening, ripening from this stage to this stage process, from kaya to palam. That process, ripening activities, or packing of, labeling of fruits and vegetables, that process carried out by any person, absolutely exempted from the payment of the GST. With this, I can say that, my dear friends, agricultural produce, agricultural sector services are what is exempted. I explained to you. Agricultural sector exemptions concluded. Furthermore, we have few only exemptions. Important one, like education sector, health sector, important sectors are there. And we'll be concluding next class. Tomorrow we have the class at 6 a.m. By the time we'll be able to conclude the exempt supply of services, because it's a very big chapter. It is exempt supply of services. Without noticing, too difficult to go and handle the problems. So see you by tomorrow at 6 a.m. Thank you, my dear friends. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Mama.